Welcome to We're Talking Bears, the show where uncle, nephew, and son bring you the latest in the Chicago Bears experience. I'm Uncle.
I'm nephew.
And hey, son ain't around, but you know what? The sun is shining in Chicago.
You doggone right.
I'm telling you, even though it's nighttime, man, it's beautiful, 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 beautiful. I can't say it enough. man.
Division leaders. Let me say that. Start off the show. Division leaders.
Number one in the North.
All by ourselves, man. I'm excited.
I could tell honestly. I could be honest. I was getting to the point where I wasn't buying into it. I did. I know we were like 100% behind polls when he first showed up, but then I started to doubt. I just put it out there. I just be honest about it. I started to doubt.
If we're being honest, they gave us every reason to doubt. Like, it's not like we're just sitting here saying that, we just didn't want to see Poles do well or we have anything against the guy. A lot of the things that he was talking when he first came in took a long time to come to fruition. I feel like they're finally coming to fruition. I feel like he said he was going to address the trenches. It took for Ben Johnson to get here. And I'm not saying that it still wasn't Poles behind the scenes making some of that happen, but when he initially got here and said that was going to happen, it didn't happen right away. It didn't happen for years, for seasons. And finally, we've seen him address that this year. Is much different from being Caleb being sacked a record-setting number of times a season ago to now. He's escaped. He looks like Houdini out there. He's escaping everything. The Lions giving him some time, and even when they break down, he's still able to kind of break free. Sometimes they get to him, but it's not nearly what we've seen in the past. And so I don't know if that's just I'll say this. Sometimes when you bring in different guys, whether it's the coaches, whether it's the personnel, sometimes it's the motivation that you need and guys to tell you like, hey, the only way I'm able to do my job, the only way you're going to have me here doing what I need to do is if you can give me what I need. And maybe that's what Poles needed to get him in line. And hey, maybe it was somebody else completely. But I've seen that now we've actually put a contender out there. We've given our quarterback some protection. We can't just sit here and talk about what the quarterback can and can't do when you don't give him some offensive line protection. Like that, it's an obvious synergy that needs to be in place. If you don't have any protection, I don't care how good of a quarterback you think you are. I don't care how great your arm is. It's not going to be too much you can do against professional football players. That's just how life is.
Hey, you know what? If the quarterback is not upright, the quarterback's on the ground, one, the play's over. Two, he can't throw the ball, right?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
He can't hand it off. There's nothing he can do. I used to love back in the day when Lance Briggs he was so fast. His get off was so fast. It was regular, like at least once a season, you'd see it happen. Briggs would tackle the quarterback and the running back simultaneously when they're trying to do a handoff.
Yeah.
It happened. I don't know how many times he did it, but you got to the point where you weren't surprised. You were just waiting for it to happen.
Right.
And every once in a while, man, literally, think about the ridiculousness of thatness. Like ball's height, quarterback turns to hand it off, and Briggs is tackling both of them.
Right. I don't care which one of you has this ball.
It's ridiculous. But when you look at something like that, now you think about the quarterback situation we've gone through post Trubisky, like at the end of Trubisky's career here, which his career kind of ended here. Justin Fields, same story. And in the beginning of Caleb's career, you look at all of those things, and we had a poor offensive line. And having those poor offensive lines, it's hard to get things going. It's hard to get a rhythm. This offensive line isn't perfect, and it's still gelling and it's still improving, but it's not perfect. But when you look at this offensive line, you got a shot. Like you have a shot. You know what I'm saying? If three of the defenders out of four are getting to you, you don't have a shot and don't get a blitz coming, right?
All right.
But if your guys can hold up, I think I heard Ben Johnson say before the season started when he was talking about who's going to play that left tackle. And one of the things he said is, I need my tackles to lose slow. So he wants them to, even if you're going to lose the block, okay? No one blocks forever, right? You're going to, at one point, so just relax, but lose slowly. Don't lose like those guys were losing against Briggs. Don't lose like, bam, oh my God, where'd he go?
Right.
like this dude has a vanishing power and can
Right.
get behind you. No, you have to literally make the guy take time to get to the quarterback.
Yeah.
What does that do? I watched one of the plays where Caleb got away, and Caleb is a magician in getting away from sacks. You have to give it to him. But he's also being helped by his line. So Theo Benedict lost a rep, right? His guy had hands on Caleb, 2, okay? But Benedict never gave up. So he continued to drive this guy into the ground after the guy beat him. So the guy beat him, got around behind him. Theo Benedict turns around as he's trying to pull Caleb down, and then he puts his hands on the defender, the edge, and pushes him into the ground, which actually gave enough tearing forth with Caleb trying to rip loose to break his grip. If Benedict doesn't push that guy down, I don't believe his grip would have gotten broken. I believe Caleb sacked. But even though Benedict lost, he didn't give up.
Right.
And by not giving up, by turning around and going, no, you're just not grabbing my quarterback and throwing him down. I mean, let's say he still got a sack. It would have been a pretty gentle sack because he's fighting off Benedict. He's trying to fight off Benedict's energy and pull Caleb down. Caleb would have gone to the ground pretty softly.
Yeah.
So just that continuing fight, one, it keeps your quarterback from getting murdered. Because if you get a guy, we've seen our guys every once in a while get a straight shot run at the quarterback. Brisker,
Mm-hmm.
you don't want Brisker to have 8 yards of full speed and hit your quarterback. And we've seen it happen, and it's not pretty for the other team. I mean, these guys are getting blasted, right? And but you don't want that. You want hands on a guy. If he's going to take your quarterback down, you don't want him just getting an open shot and murdering the dude.
Right.
So it's a lot to that. But Caleb's a magician back there. Caleb's sack numbers are so far reduced. I think he's about 30% of last year, on target to be 30% of where we were last year at sacks. Part of that is that new offensive line. Part of that is also knowing when to throw the ball away. He's learned, you know what? This play didn't work. Let me just throw the ball away. Let's roll again. Part of that is literally his break tackle. Caleb's got some break tackle. And Caleb's fast. I mean, he's not as fast as Fields was, but he's deceptively fast. He's running faster than these defensive ends because they're chasing him and they're not catching him. And Caleb's got some wheels, and he's smart enough to stay out of just getting blown up. Don't get blown up.
Yes.
Speaking of getting blown up, let's flip to the other side. Let's flip to J.J. McCarthy. Hey, those 2 picks were beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
They always
the
are.
Nashawn Wright pick in the end zone, was that one of the most beautiful picks that you've ever seen? I mean, you get a corner that's totally stretched out, spins around and high points the ball and take it away. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Oh my gosh, beautiful. Hey.
Man, our guys come up big, man. The defense has surely been coming up big as far as the takeaways this year. And I can't say I haven't expected it, because for some reason we seem to excel at that. We seem to excel being able to take the ball away. What I like is just the ability for those guys to come up and make plays. If you remember last year, even this year a little bit, sometimes guys get to us, and even late in that game, they were able to put up a score late in the game to take the lead. But our guys, man, if you look at it, it's not like you. I remember you said this, and you, I don't probably a couple seasons ago when we're talking Bears, and you were like, if our offense can just produce 21 or something like that, you were like, we should be able to win these games. And this year, our defense is still holding true to that. The offense struggles a little bit sometimes, actually a lot of bit, because we seem to not want to win the game into the fourth quarter. But the defense is not letting these teams outside of that Detroit game. The defense is not letting teams put up points. Like our offense gets slow rolling, and the defense, when our offense is supposed to have all these weapons, and they spoke about how we needed some more pieces. I mean, we could sure use some help sometimes on defense with getting pressure on the quarterback, but the defense comes up big, comes up huge, and especially our secondary making plays, man. And I think was it Edwards who has the picks? I think about 4 or 5 picks.
Bayard leads the NFL.
Bayard leads, but who is our linebacker? Is it Edmonds? I think
Edmonds.
Edmonds. Okay, my
Edmonds
bad.
has
My
4.
apologies. He has 4. Man,
Deshaun Wright has 4. Bayard has 5. Man, we take the ball away. We take the ball away. We're getting forced fumbles.
Yeah,
we take the ball away.
And even when and that's what I like, the fight in our team, because even when sometimes it looks like, okay, they're getting over on the run with us, we might sometimes with like Jalen Johnson being out, and I think we just got right back this past week. We had some injuries, but these guys fight, man. So
we don't have.
Sometimes they get down the field. We're going against guys like Jefferson. And their side of the ball has had some drops that I was grateful for, but sometimes when they get plays on us, it's like, all right, that's your last one, and we take the ball back, like you said, in the end zone. That's to put a stop to that drive, and that way
exactly
off the board to keep you from being able to put the ball in the end zone is huge. And even when the offense gets slow rolling, the defense keeps them in there with a shot and an opportunity to win the game. I love it. But I did have a question for you, because
what you got?
This is something that I've been struggling with this year. I'm a Bears fan to the end. I believe in our team. I know Ben Johnson's first year. We got new pieces. I know we're all learning a new system. We got an incredible rookie in Colston Loveland. We got Luther Burden, who's been amazing on that offensive side. So I know things that we're still
Kalmanon guy.
Absolutely, Kalmanon guy. I'm sorry for leaving him out. But there's some things that we're still figuring out because it's new. So I don't get too down on us, but I'm just wondering when it's gonna all click, because we've been able to pull these games out the last few weeks. We've been the cardiac Bears, the cardiac guys, and man, they're running my stress levels up, because we got to keep winning games in the fourth that I feel like we should be able to. I don't want to say put games away, because these are professional teams and some of them are good. But for us not to be able to sometimes take the ball down the field and punch it in throughout the game until the fourth quarter kind of worries me. So right now, sitting at the top of the division, 7-3, we're all alone. The Lions lost, so now it's us by ourselves. And of course, we still have division games to play. How do you feel about sometimes our inability to come out early and score the ball? Do you attribute that to this just being new? Do you think we'll figure it out as we roll through the season and by the time we start playing division games?
I'm going to argue a little bit with you here. I think that part of the 7 out of 8 win streak is that we've been putting up points in almost every quarter in our wins. Now, every once in a while we'll start like slow, but we haven't started slow like we used to start slow. Like we used to.
I don't want to compare anything we're talking about now to the past.
Okay.
Because it's tough. You're right. And you're right. Yeah.
In general, we're scoring in every quarter, even if it's just a field goal.
Right.
But you have, and our defense isn't great, but it is potentially great. When you have a decent defense, when you have an opportunistic defense, when you have that ability to come take the ball away in the end zone, when the other team should be at least getting a field goal, and you could take the ball away and turn it around. Hey, boom. You absolutely positively have a chance. And if you put up points in every quarter, you give me at least a field goal a quarter, that's 12 right there. Now give me a touch, 19. Oops, we win because the defense is opportunistic. It's able to stop teams. We're going to think about this. Think about this. If we're healthy by the end of December, we can just make it through December, win a few more games. We're healthy by the end of December. JJ back, Gordon back, Edwards back. That changes the nature of our defense. That changes we have 4 starting cornerbacks instead of 1, and we got to bring one in to have 2. It changes the nature of our defense, and we're starting to get pressure on the quarterback. We're using blitzes and stuff, but we're getting it done. We're getting it done. So let's, we're dangerous. We're a team you don't want to face in the playoffs because we have the ability to turn the ball over. If we turn you over 3-4 times in the playoffs, you're going home. You're going home. And the way we can run the rock, don't let one. Swift is being pushed by Monangai. This dude's his first start ever in the NFL is in there with the top 10 initial starts of any running back in the past 110 years. Like, nobody just walks onto a team, gets his first start, and gets 170 yards on the ground. It just doesn't happen, right? Yeah. I'm not saying what that means for the future, but it is not. The future's bright, right? Yeah. It's pushing Swift. Swift knows he's got to push the pile, and you see him. He's driving and pushing like we've never seen him push before. And it's hot, man. It's hot. Boom. This is hot.
I'm not. You know what? I'm not going to argue with you because I think you're right. We scored a ball and we have been scoring the ball, but I just feel like with the pieces that we've picked up, picking up Coastal Loveland in the first round of that draft, seeing what he can do, seeing what Luther Burden can do. We got DJ. We've upgraded the line. We've got Caleb avoiding sacks, so he's upright and he's got an opportunity to make plays. Sometimes I even feel like he should run the ball more than he does. Because sometimes I feel like he can get it with his legs, and sometimes he sits and kind of waits to see if he can get something down the field to his receivers. And I'm not mad at him for that, but sometimes, and even like in this past week against the Vikings, 0-3, I'm talking about 0-3, 3 and out our first 2 drives. And like you said, usually we come out striking, or at least we're pushing the ball down the field.
Just get a field goal.
But for me, it's just I feel like with the weapons and the pieces that we have on offense, we should be able to score more points. And I don't know if maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm not.
I think football guru, I don't think you're wrong at all.
Sometimes getting just a field goal in the quarter, to me, after seeing what the drives look like sometimes, or seeing like what we've seen from some of the guys, just knowing the personnel we have on the field, I feel like we should be getting more than a field goal some of these quarters for that to be all we got. In this game, I think I feel similar. And I know they have a good defense, but I feel like I would like to see more points in games like that.
Hey, I'm looking at this, and I'm going to say right off the bat, when Caleb becomes better, or has better accuracy deep, he's missed. Think about this game. DJ Moore, wide open, missed him.
You're right.
Arome barely missed him. He hits those 2 passes. That's 14 points.
You're right.
That's 14 points right there. Hey, here comes. Let's dig into a few of these comments. I see the word Super Bowl being tossed around. Let's finish the season off and win this division first. We take the North. Let's keep the North. We got to take it and not give it back.
Right.
I'm cool. Hey. At one point, this does end up in the Super Bowl. I think we continue to grow. I don't know if it's this year. That's a challenge. We got a comment out here from Jeff, and I agree with him. If we win 3 of the next 7, we're for sure in the playoffs, but I think we got to get 4. We Steelers, not a challenge. We need to take them down, but we let everybody be a challenge. We need to take them down. Browns, we need to take them down. Nobody wants to lose to the Pack, but here's the sense. I'm going to go sound crazy right here. I've watched the Eagles and the Vikings. I've watched the Eagles and the Pack. I feel there is absolutely no reason why we can't reproduce defensively what the Pack and the Lions did against the Eagles and actually score more points. I think we could. I'll say that because Ben Johnson's a wizard. that guy's a wizard. And if he can mix our run game and Caleb cannot miss a few of those open passes, I think we can hold the Eagles. The Eagles aren't hard to hold. It's the point, it's hard to score. Man.
Right. Right.
So, hey, what do you think?
Hey, look, we've seen it in like we've been saying in the past few weeks. I believe in these guys because at the end of the day, there's one thing that I know for sure in sports. And the most important thing in sports is your fight, is your will. All these guys are talented, so we know talent. Of course, you have to have some talent. You got to be good. But at the end of the day, all these guys are professionals. And sometimes wanting to get more, putting forth the effort, not giving up, not allowing other teams to get over on you, and accepting a challenge, especially when you know guys are looking at you like, oh yeah, we're supposed to beat them. We're supposed to be this. This is just the Bears. Sometimes that is the difference between winning and losing, and especially when you're in tight games. So I don't disagree with you. I think the defending Super Bowl champions is a challenge because I mean, let's just face it, they won last year. So at the end of the day, they've got the clout. You know what I'm saying? They're in that position to they have bragging rights right now. But I feel like the type of team we have, those guys are going to want to go out there and prove themselves. So I feel like watch out for a buyer to get his 6th pick, to get his 7th, you know what I'm saying? Watch out because that's how our guys play. And I do agree with you.
Hurts. Let's pick Hurts.
I think we can. I think we can.
Pick Hurts.
I think we can, man. I mean, I feel like he'll try to do a lot of running. And I feel like you're right. Ben Johnson I've seen some impressive things out of Ben Johnson. And like I said, sometimes it's still slow, and I still wish we could produce more points. You made a great point about Caleb and his accuracy because you're right. A couple of passes that he missed, if he makes them, those are points on the board. So I totally agree with that. But I've seen some things from Ben Johnson this year that is just like, man, finally these players are on our side of the ball. When the other team maybe has you and you get to 4th and short, or you know what I'm saying, and typically what we will see is the same screenplay that doesn't work or the same plays that just don't work. And Ben Johnson is out there drawing up things that it's like, I didn't expect that. I didn't expect Cole Kmet to be passing the ball to Rome Odunze or DJ Moore to throw a touchdown pass to Caleb Williams. And so seeing that gives.
Or how about Bajan throwing to Caleb?
Right, absolutely. But seeing plays like that gives me the confidence because it's like our coach is thinking, he's plotting, our guys are fighting, they're working hard, and let's face it, man, these guys are young, they're hungry. Seeing Luther Burden out there and Colston Loveland, just how they fight. That you're Manunga, you're not tackling him on the first hit. He's get out the way. He's fighting. These guys are fighting, man, and it's just great to see. So I feel like, to be honest with you, we can be competitive with anybody. If you come out there thinking that we're the Bears that we've been known to be for the past few seasons, and you can just overlook us, we're gonna smack you in the head and we're gonna take the win from you because that's just how these guys play football. Now I don't know.
Absolutely.
Like you said about the comments, I don't know if we're Super Bowl ready right now, but I definitely believe that the culture that we have on this team is that of a championship team. The way that these guys seem to approach the game, the way that they seem to take pride in how they play, and like I keep saying over and over, their fight, I believe that is what champions are made of. So maybe it takes a little time, even though I would love to see it sooner than later for us to have a long, nice season and go far. Even if it takes longer, I believe that these young guys are really, really going to be something special for us, man. And give us a little bit of time to gel and get it together, and we'll definitely be talking Super Bowl in Chicago, I'm sure.
Absolutely. So here's a couple of questions. Here's one from Bad Seed. First of all, he asked about the victory chain. Hey, this is the victory chain. The victory chain comes out when a great victory happens. This is a great victory to be on top of the North. Second one, he asked about have we gotten rid of the loser mentality and changed to a winning organization? I think we're becoming a winning organization. That's to be proven over time. But as far as getting rid of the loser mentality, absolutely that's gone. And how do we know that? Because when there's 10 seconds left in the game, the other teams now know, we've left too much time on the clock. When there's 30 seconds left in the game, the other teams know, it's too much time on the clock. Any time on the clock against the Bears is too much time, unless you're up by 9. You have to mathematically be up by a number that we can't score, or it's too much time. That's how you know you're not a losing team, because the other team is worried about giving you the ball back, even like last week when there's only 50 seconds left. You heard the announcers. What'd they say? There's still 50 seconds left. You think they and 3 timeouts. You think they turned us on? They scored too quickly,
man. And it's funny you say that, because even I'm going to piggyback that. Even though sometimes special teams hasn't always been special. We saw in that game against Cincinnati where the guy made a boneheaded play, touches the ball when all he needed to do was wait for it to travel 10 feet, which it most likely wouldn't have. But in this game, special teams on the return, who is my guy, man, on the return, man, brings the ball back to midfield to where we're doggone near in field goal range. As soon as Caleb comes back onto the field, you can't teach that. You can't teach it. You can't. It's just something in these guys that's like, hey, it's on me. It's my time to shine. My team needs me. And you go out there and you make a play. And I'm telling you, that's how I know that the loser mentality is gone, because these guys expect to do well and they don't want to let their team down. That's not how losers play the game.
Let me jump in on that. If you think about that particular play, that is an 11-man play. 10 men have to block. Everyone has to get their man, and you have to get him at the beginning of the play. If one guy gets through, you can't get 50 yards on a kickoff return.
Right.
All 10 men blocked. The only guy running free was the kickoff returner. And man, that one 55, the one that ended up running him down, he wasn't running free, but you can't hold. He was close enough that he could run. He was running with him, just trying to angle him out of bounds.
Right.
Dude was fast because he was keeping up with Devin Duvernay, so he was fast.
Yep.
He's wearing a linebacker number, so I'm like, it's probably a linebacker, but this dude he's rocking because he's if it was just the kicker, if he didn't angle him out of bounds and it was just the kicker to be touchdown, right? But it was beautiful the way it was, and then Swift got some good runs, got to push the pile, and make and Cairo kicking the field goal, yes, and a lot of people come at Cairo. I'm going to defend him one more time. First of all, there's 2 kickers in the history of the Bears that have never, ever missed a field goal in the playoffs. We got one of them right now. It's Cairo Santos. The other is Robbie Gould. They don't miss kicks in the playoffs.
I want to ask you a question. I don't want to cut you off. How many playoff games has Cairo Santos played in?
That's a good question. Off the top of my head, I'm going to say 4 or 5.
Okay.
But that's you. I mean, I'm saying don't miss an extra point either. If you hit everything you are lined up for when the game's on it, when all the marbles are on the table, and how many times has he done this clutch? It's the only thing we could think back to missing a clutch kick. It was blocked. When he lines up and he's the last kick of the game, he don't miss.
Yeah.
You'll be hard pressed to find a film of him missing a game-winning kick. It just doesn't happen. As a matter of fact, I'm putting this on the stage. Hold up. That's our boy right there.
That's our boy.
Getting it done.
And you know what? I'm glad you brought him up, because he missed the kick just before the game-winning kick, if I'm not mistaken.
He did.
And man, was I nervous? And I'll say this. I don't know. I don't know. I just thought maybe we would try to get a little closer for him. But like you said, ice in his veins, man. When the game's on the line, he comes through. Like I said, being that he missed the kick just before that one, it was a yard shorter. He made a 52 or 54 yard of that game. So that was the long. So, I mean, we know what he can do. I was just a little nervous because he had just missed the previous one to that. He's typically so very accurate.
And that's how you know. That's how you know he missed that kick. Yes, he did. He's not perfect. He doesn't have 100%. He's I think he's like 88 to 90 for his career. So 1 out of 10 is not going to go in. But the thing about him, the 1 out of 10 that's not going to go in, that's not going to be the one that you could have won the game if he kicked it.
Right.
That's not going to be the one. And you think about it, honestly, it would have been easy if he kicked it. You know what I'm saying? But it honestly, before the defense gave up another touchdown, it didn't matter much. Or, you wouldn't think it was matter. It's late in the fourth. You want to hit this field goal, but these guys bring the drama. They make some mistakes in the fourth. We can't do that against teams like the Eagles if we're going to beat teams like that. But we're in a position, man, where we should. I expect them to split the division. I expect to get. Out of these divisional games that are left, the Lions. We need to pay them back. I don't expect we're going to blow them out, but we need to just show them, hey, y'all caught us at the right time before we knew who we were. Right. We need to at least split with the Packers. And we paid the Vikings back. So I'd like to see it. I'd like to see us split the division. If we could split the division and take the two easy liars, I'm not afraid of Shedeur Sanders and the Browns. I'm more afraid of the Steelers. Watch out for the Steelers because their coach, he has never had a losing team. He's not going to do it it doesn't matter who's quarterbacks. It doesn't matter. Last year he had Fields and Russell Wilson and produced a 10-win team with that. So, we got to be careful this week. But Ben Johnson's smart enough. He's been around long enough. He knows he's not necessarily fighting Mason Rudolph. He's fighting a historic franchise with a historic coach. Right. And we're gonna see some fun stuff this weekend. What's your prediction for this weekend as far as scores?
Man, that's been such a tough thing because it's like I know we can go out there and produce. Sometimes it just seems tough for us, and like you said, a lot of that does have to do with Caleb's accuracy. The guys don't give up. Manunga, it's no telling, man. There's no telling. I see us.
Come on, man, give me a score. What is it?
I see us at least getting 24, somewhere between 24 and 30. Oh, you want me to predict the game?
Predict the game.
I'm gonna say Bears. I'm going to say Bears 24, Steelers 16. I'm
gonna go out here. I'm going to mark these. I'm going to go crazy with this prediction. Our first shutout. That's what.
And you know what? I've been hearing Aaron Rodgers might have went out and injured himself on purpose because he's afraid of coming back to Chicago and ending
I think that's what it was
with a loss. So now that I'm thinking about it, you're right.
Rodgers,
they might struggle a little bit more than I'm thinking.
It's supposed to be a broken hand. What I think is he put his hand in the trash compactor just to make sure he didn't have to play the Bears. Because, he wants to keep that. He wants to remember the past.
Yeah, in a good way. Right. And you know what? I forgot about that. Because so they might struggle a little bit more than I'm giving them credit for. But you know what, man? I'm just sure that the Bears are going to come out and show up. And I would love to see Byard and those guys taking the ball away from Aaron Rodgers, who thinks he owns us, right? So I would love to let him know, like, you don't own anything but this loss we're sending you home with. So that's it, man. But I'm excited, man. I'm definitely predicting a W for this week. And just before we go forward, I want to go back to what you said about the division. I want to see us beat the Pack 2 times. I know that might be a little tough. We only have an opportunity to split. Like, we got the revenge on the Vikings because they beat us week 1. The Lions already beat us pretty bad, so we owe them one as well. But for the team we haven't played yet at all, and we have 2 games left, I want to win those 2 games, and that's just how I feel about it. I know that that's going out with some wins because that would be winning at least with Steelers, Browns, And then we got those 3 division games, so that would be 5 of the last 7. And hey, I'm all for it, man. And that's only considering what if we lose to the Eagles and nothing. Who we play the Niners, I believe, also.
Yeah, we got the Niners too. We got the Niners. We got a gauntlet,
man,
but
we do.
But I've watched the. I know they've looked at how the Packers have lost to teams like the Browns that shouldn't beat them,
like the Cowboys.
Right? Tied with the Cowboys, lost to the Browns. Almost lost to the Bengals. We need to sit there and we need to replicate what was done to them to the best of our ability.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. And I think we will, because things are looking up. The football gods are on our side, because there's no way, man, if you don't have a team that's committed, a team that's cohesive, a team that's together, there's no way you continue to put out these close wins like this week by week. And I'm not saying they've been pretty. I would like to see us maybe not have to get our blood pressure high to see these wins, man.
Just blow one team out.
Our stress levels high. But I know what that tells me is that these guys are committed. They play together. They don't give up on each other, and they want to win. So unless you come in to fight and be in a fight, good luck, because our guys are going to fight.
Well, I'm Uncle.
I'm Nephew.
And we're talking Bears.
Bears.
Bear down.
Bear down.